Welcome to the City of Moore's premier television program, Inside Moore. We have several great feature stories for you this month. Sit back and enjoy.
We have an opportunity that we can reuse that plastic, so they should take it.
In fact, plastic, cardboard, tin, and aluminum cans can all be reused. Thanks to Moore's new recycling drop-off center, we'll show you how to use the new facility and where your recyclables go to become new products. And later,
yeah, we'd like to have 1,000 people there. We won the cup last year, and we'd like to bring it back.
The Mayor's Cup, that is. We'll take a look at a high school baseball tournament at the Bricktown Ballpark, pitting Moore teams against their crosstown rivals in Edmond. Find out what it's all about later in the show. Stay tuned. Moore was officially born in the year 1893 when the community was incorporated as a town, led by a board of trustees. One of the first residents in the area, Henry Applegate, was made chairman of the board, but he's often referred to as Moore's first mayor. Find out more about our history by watching the documentary Moore's Stop, an historical view of an Oklahoma community. It's narrated by Toby Keith and available for $5 at City Hall. The concept of recycling has long been a desire of many Moore residents.
We at the city received 10 to 20 emails every week from residents who were wanting recycling opportunities and more. So for the past 3 years we've been investigating that, getting some prices on curbside recycling versus just a drop-off center.
A drop-off center was the chosen solution. This facility, located on Telephone Road just below the Moore Water Tower, is the first phase of a more elaborate operation that will soon be coming to Moore. Currently, residents can bring their recyclable items and drop them off in the appropriate bins at the site. But within the next year, this facility will become even more user-friendly.
We will have offices there for city employees. It'll be a center where you can drive your car in. You don't have to get out of your car. People will come and get your recyclables from you, and then you can just drive away and go along your day, while the city staff will then be in charge of sorting the recycling and putting it into the correct bins.
All of this will take place after the city receives money from a federal grant it was awarded for recycling and other environmental projects.
One of the grants that was available to us was for energy efficiency and materials conservation. And under materials conservation is obviously the big topic of recycling. So we were able to apply for a grant to get a recycling center funded. We received that grant, and so we're not really expecting the funds to be made available to us until the later part of 2010 or maybe even 2011.
In the meantime, this temporary facility requires residents to sort their own recyclables and place them in the appropriate bins.
They have the compartment that's cut out where you can drop things in. This right here is for plastics, and it says 1 and 2. And if you'll look on your plastics, they're clearly marked. This is a 1, so I would choose this container right here, that slot to put it in.
In addition to plastics, there are recycling bins for newspapers, cardboard boxes, tin cans, and aluminum cans. When you bring your items to recycle, make sure they're pre-sorted and cleaned first. And make sure to actually put the items in the bins.
The cardboard that gets dropped out here, you can't just bring it out here and throw it on the ground. That is an illegal dumping situation that you're doing right there. If it doesn't go in these containers, do not drop it off here.
So let's say you have some cardboard that needs to be disposed of. Instead of throwing it in your trash, you could put it in this bin at the recycling center. From there, it takes a whirlwind journey on its way to becoming a usable product again. First, it is picked up by a waste disposal company, which transports it to a recycling plant. For cardboard and paper products, it often ends up here at Corrugated Services in South Oklahoma City.
This plant, on a very busy day, will recycle somewhere between, I'd say, close to 200 tons per day. On average, we probably do 3,300 tons per month.
The cardboard and paper materials are unloaded at the plant and then stacked on a conveyor belt where they are separated and then compounded into tight bundles. All day long, bundles of cardboard and paper pop out the other end where they are stacked and then loaded into trucks and trains. From there, they're taken to paper mills throughout the United States and even the world, where they are converted into new products like paper bags and toilet paper.
Can go from here to China, Taiwan, Korea, India, various countries that use the fiber to manufacture new paper in their country.
To think an old cardboard box from Moore, Oklahoma might become tissue paper for someone in India. It's truly a world market, and it all starts here at Moore's new recycling drop-off location.
We're hoping to save the city some money, we're hoping to save the region some space in the landfill, and we're also hoping that people will understand the importance of not throwing these bottles away that may sit in a landfill for hundreds of years, never decomposing. I mean, we have an opportunity that we can reuse that plastic, so they should take it.
The City of Moore Recycling Drop-Off Center is located at 400 North Telephone Road, Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Once the facility is upgraded later this year, those hours will be expanded. For more information about recycling in Moore, contact the Moore Community Development Department at 793-5055. The City of Moore wants your opinion, specifically about our parks, park facilities, and recreation programs. A short citizen survey has been created for this purpose. To take part in the survey, simply log on to the city's website at cityofmoore.com. Look for the Parks and Recreation logo on the home page. You can also call 793-5211 and request that a survey be mailed to you. The deadline to take the survey is May 15th. Your input and opinions are important and will help the city develop future parks and recreation programs. Moore's baseball tradition goes back to the very beginnings of our city. This is a picture of Moore's varsity team from the 1930s. Fast forward to today, Moore has 3 high schools and 3 varsity teams representing the city and competing against each other. Their rivalry makes a scene like this somewhat unusual. What would bring players from Moore, West Moore, and South Moore together like this? Perhaps a common enemy, like Edmond's 3 high school teams. It's a tale of 2 cities in which Moore, West Moore, and South Moore will face off against Edmond North, Edmond Santa Fe, and Edmond Memorial this April 3rd in a relatively new baseball tournament called Battle at the Brick.
We thought what a great opportunity it would be to be able to create a competitive environment between the Edmond schools and the Moore schools with regards to baseball. It's competitive as it is, but initially the fundraiser started out with an idea that we had in our booster club.
And with that idea, the Battle at the Brick was born. It pits the 3 teams from both cities against each other for one full-day tournament at the Bricktown Ballpark in Oklahoma City.
This is probably one of the top 2 or 3 AAA parks in all of the country. And I think for our kids to have the opportunity to play here, I'm sure it does nothing but motivate them to say, you know, someday I want to be there actually collecting a check instead of just playing a high school tournament.
Most of them have been here to watch the Red Hawks play or the Big 12 tournament. And, you know, as a little kid, you look and you say, hey, one of these days I'm going to be playing on that field. The reality is it doesn't happen for everyone. For kids that are participating in baseball at Moore and Edmond at the high school varsity level, they know that isn't a reality for them. And so they really look forward to it, and it's a big event.
The big event is actually a fundraiser for the booster clubs from each of the 6 participating high schools. But it's also an opportunity to establish some bragging rights by bringing this trophy, the Mayor's Cup, home to their city. The Battle at the Brick tournament was held for the first time last year, and Moore won the cup. You can find the trophy proudly displayed at Moore City Hall, which is where all 3 teams want to keep it.
Yeah, we'd like to have 1,000 people there. We won the cup last year, and we'd like to bring it back. Obviously, we're playing to win 3 games and take it back to Moore. I mean, a lot of people expect Edmond to win this thing, and last year we won it. And I think probably they'd be favored again, but hey, you never know. We're going to go do what we can to bring it back.
But make no mistake, many of these empty seats at the Bricktown Ballpark will be filled by Edmond fans, anxious to see the cup move back to their city.
We're coming for it. So, yeah, be prepared. We're coming for it. So, absolutely. We want that cup back and get it back into the hands of the Edmond Mayor.
Which brings us back to the players and coaches from the 3 Moore schools. In many ways, this tournament becomes an opportunity for them to cheer each other on, almost as if they're on the same team.
All these kids grow up together, playing together and playing on different teams, and then they get separated into high school. So I think for this particular day, it's Moore and Edmond, and we can kind of throw out Southmore and Westmore, and we can all kind of play together. And I think that happened last year.
The great part about this event is all 3 schools are rooting for one another. Our goal as Edmond is to beat Moore, is to beat the Moore team. So the great part about this is, although there is that competitiveness with inside Edmond, our opportunity now lies with having the ability to all join together and all come root for all 3 schools as we come out and we play for this Mayor's Cup is what we call it.
I think it changes a little bit because we want to take it more, beat Edmond schools and come home with it.
I think it just depends. Like, I get along with both schools and more, like, friend-wise. I don't have a problem with either of them. Like, on the diamond, I think it's different, like, playing against them, but, yeah, I'd rather have more take it home this year.
Yeah, during this day, I root for them, unfortunately, but I want them to win, and I want our city to be proud of us and what we do.
And the best way Moore residents can show their pride is by showing up for the tournament and cheering the teams on against Edmond. The Battle at the Brick will take place at the Bricktown Ballpark on April 3rd. At 11 a.m., Southmore will take on Edmond North. At 2:30 p.m., it's Westmore versus Edmond Memorial, and at 6 p.m., it's Moore versus Edmond Santa Fe. One ticket will get you into all 3 games.
These 6 schools traditionally have been pretty good, and so it's really good baseball to come see. And we'd like to have 1,000 people from Moore come show up.
Well, that brings us to the end of this month's show. Make sure to watch for our sister program, Moore Business Spotlight, also right here on Channel 20 and on the city's website, cityofmoore.com. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.